In case you missed it, here's a look at what essentially was the gold medal match of the Women's Euro Hockey Tour this weekend. You've got Sweden, who went undefeated. They beat both Finland and Switzerland, facing Czechia, who had defeated Finland and then lost to Switzerland in a shootout. It's interesting that Czechia had used 3 different goaltenders here. They used Klara Peslarova in the win against Finland. They used Michaela Hejsova in the shootout loss. And then today they're going with Aneta Senkova in goal. Sweden had defeated Finland 7-5, and that's when both teams were using backup goalies, so a lot of offense there. They defeated Switzerland 4-1, whereas Czechia lost to Switzerland in the shootout, as I said, 2-1, and then defeated Finland 3-2. There have been a lot of great performances from players who will be joining the PWHL this season, as well as players who will be draft eligible in the next year or two. And right away we see one of those players, which is Natalie Mlinkova. She surprises Emma Soderberg here with this shot, and it's 1-0 early for Czechia. She will be playing for the University of Minnesota this season and then enter the PWHL draft next year. Then, just past the midway point of the first, there's a bit of a pinball situation with a shot from the point that hits skates and sticks and bounces right to Mlinkova, who scores again to make it 2-0. So expect her draft stock to rise with a good year in Minnesota. She's already posted great numbers with the University of Vermont and is going to an even stronger team. Speaking of strong, Czechia just keeps getting better and really look like they're ready to push the US and Canada in international play. Here we are then with 1 minute left. Teresa Pistekova takes it hard to the net and basically wipes out the Swedish defender. And the puck bounces right to Klara Himlarova, who puts a nice backhand up and over Soderberg. That's not an easy shot, so Minnesota fans will be happy to see this one from their 3rd round draft pick. And notice the pronunciation of her name here by the Czech announcers.
Klara Himlarova.
Klara Himlarova. We all have to work on getting these right. Sweden gets on the board though before the end of the first, with Lena Lundblom forcing her way to a puck behind the net and dishing it out to Sarah Chalmerson, who fires a nice one behind Senkova to make it 3-1 after the first. It's been a bit of a chippy affair, but looks like Sweden is coming on strong. Sure enough, in the second period, Chalmerson gets the second goal for Sweden after a point shot from New York's draft pick Maya Nyland Persson. Nyland Persson is only 23 years old, and she's the captain of the team for this tournament. So New York, with Sarah Fillier, Nora Toulouse, and Nyland Persson, they've got a trio of amazing players ready to join the team. And just about 1 minute later, Lundblom takes advantage after Karolina Kosinova is knocked down in the slot and can't get up. The puck works its way to the front of the net, and Lundblom bulldozes through and scores this one to tie it at 3-3. So Montreal fans here are getting a look at what Lundblom can do. She's a skilled, smart forward who reads plays well and has a definite offensive upside. They'll be glad to be getting her if they can't get Amanda Kessel or trade value for her. So here Czechia takes a timeout after that, and coach Carla McLeod settles the team down, encourages them to stick with the game plan, and it works, as about 3 minutes after that, Andrea Trinkova scores to put them back on top. The puck had bounced off the Swedish defender and looked like it had gone to Mlinkova for the hat trick, but after review, the goal indeed belongs to Trinkova. And while there's a break in the action, don't forget to hit like. It really helps if you hit that thumbs up and let YouTube know you're enjoying this content. Now for Toronto fans, this has to be an encouraging sign. Their 5th round draft pick, Noemi Nubarova, Nemo, skates in and scores this beauty to make it 5-3 for the Czechs. She'll be at camp, but apparently GM Gina Kingsbury won't be signing any more players until then, so she has to make sure she stays in good form to grab a lineup spot, but I would expect her to do that. And then as the game winds down, we've got the goalie pulled and Minnesota's Denisa Krizova, who had a great tournament, scoring the empty netter to ice this one for the Czechs. And we've got Nemo again back in the middle of things as she mixes it up with Ebbe Hedqvist here. This is actually a perfect encapsulation of what she brings along with scoring. It's an underrated element on most PWHL teams, so I would expect to see Nemo on the Toronto team this season. So by defeating the Swedes, Czechia comes out on top in this short tournament. Here's Captain Aneta Terelova from PWHL Ottawa accepting the first place trophy, and another good showing for this growing international threat. Sweden also had a really good tournament, and their average age is much younger, so there's a lot to look forward to for them as well. All the games were close, and really it shows you that from first to fourth there wasn't really that much room, that much difference. I'll have some quick highlights for you of the Finland versus Switzerland game just to show you kind of the bronze medal, who came out on top there. You can also keep checking my Twitter feed for quicker game updates when these things are happening. And we do have some PWHL news coming up. Also check out the community tab here on YouTube. There's a lot going on there, so keep tabs with me on all the socials. We're getting ready for the second season of the PWHL. Can't wait for that. See you in the next one.